Good morning, everyone. Let us begin with the today new topic of your third unit, the part two. Okay, I'll share the screen. Yes, I hope the screen is visible. So let us begin here. The last class we have studied the two topics that was the BI project and program roles here. So let me give a glance, small glance it is there. BI roles and responsibilities. In this, we had learned two things, that is a program roles and project roles here. So all these different categories or what responsibilities are there that we have finished. Every program role and project role has a respective program manager and the business manager here. And in both the categories, they have the ETL, which is the extraction, transformation, and loading. We can say it as a specialist or architect. This entire responsibilities and roles is being based completely on the data here. How you're going to manage the program and how you're going to manage the project. Okay. So we had learned in the program roles, we had a program manager, BI data architect, ETL architect, and technical architect, and metadata manager, BI administrator. And project manager, it is what business manager, project business manager, you can say, not project business manager here, separate, who is going to check, who is going to decide who has to do what kind of a work here, what kind of a task has to be given. Then BI business specialist had given the example for the full-time employee, and BI project manager, business requirement analyst here, what requirements are supposed to be taken from the customer. According to that, you have to go on for your project here. Okay. Then decision support analyst and BI designer here. Decision support analyst here, whatever the task people are doing based on your project, you have to take a decision whether it is to be completed or finalized or should we go further part. And the BI designer is the one person who is going to design the entire project. And here also you people had a ETL, which is an extraction, transformation, loading specialist for the purpose of data. Separate training was given for the extraction. Separate training was given for the loading and transformation also. And data administrator is what the one person who is going to handle entire data here, where he will be look after the extraction, transformation, and loading also. So today we will begin with a new topic of your third unit, second part. Yes, today we shall begin with the basics of data integration. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by integration part here? According to you, what do you mean by integration part? Yes, Ankita, you can tell me what is integration according to you, in your opinion? So
Ma'am, sum of all data.
exactly. Sum of all data means different data will be there that you are supposed to collect in one common way. So in this topic, basics of data integration, which is a complete separate topic here. So we have to learn from this need for data warehouse. As you have said that sum of all the data, yes. So that sum of all the data, whatever you have collected the data from the different heterogeneous has to be stored in one kind of a data warehouse here. Okay. So the first topic in this, it is need for the data warehouse. Second thing, we have to learn actually the definition of data warehouse. Okay. And once you have done with your data warehouse here, and from that data warehouse itself, you are supposed to make a divisions or the part where we can say it as a data mart. And the last one, it is what ODS, which is called as an operational data source. So let us begin step by step why we need the data warehouse, what is the definition of a data warehouse, and what do you mean by data mart, and finally it is what ODS here, which is the operational data source here. Okay. So the first topic, it is what need for data warehouse. Picture a scenario or assume that you had different datas are there. So here in the example, I have given directly the college here. College has different departments. We have BBA, BCA, BCom, and MCom. If you want, if you think about the engineering side, we will be having ISCS, then system engineering, and then mechanical department, civil engineering. Different departments will be there. Okay, so this college, one college has a different libraries are there for each department. Fine, each department. Now, right now, example I have given as a BCA, BBA, BCom, and MCom. Okay, so what I want to give the example it is that everyone keeps the record of library separately, whereas BCA keeps in .NET application, BBA in MS Access, and BCom in MS Excel here. If you visit the respective library or BCA department, you will find out the people who are sitting at the counter to give you the book. They are storing your information, which book you have issued and when you are supposed to return back in this one .NET application. Okay, and if you go to the respective other department BBA, they are storing the issue and return book information in the MS Access, and BCom is working in this what MS Excel here. So what happens here? So these are the different sources. No, BCA is storing in MS .NET application, then BCom in MS Excel, and BBA in MS Access. Now it is a point that college has decided to expand the more number of libraries here, and whatever the details are there, whatever the information is being stored in respective department has to be converted in one common format here, as BCA is doing in .NET and BBA is doing in Access, and BCom is doing in Excel sheet here. So that all the data, whatever the information is being stored of in student as well as the faculty and other members also, should be stored in one common what format here, where we call it as a data warehouse here. So to do that all to store in a common format here, we are supposed to archive the data here. Archive the data means what? Collect all the data and make the integration of that and store in one common format here. So which is a very difficult process, because one department is storing the information in .NET application. So from that you have to extract, you have to transform, and you have to load it, which is a very difficult task and the time consuming. To do that, you need to archive the data and store in one common data warehouse, so that the report can be given immediately. Assume that the final annual, it will be having the report here for the management purpose. They say that we want the information how many books had been issued. So what happens? Sometimes one person is checking, wait, he has to work for the .NET, another person has to work for the MS Access. Why is that required when you have a respective way of technology storing the data in one common data warehouse? From that, it can be shown very easily to the question query is being asked by the management in a common format. If you provide the report in this what .NET application access and Excel sheet, how it is possible, how they are going to understand what data is there here, how to analyze that data, which table is there, which student has taken. For that reason, you should have a data warehouse. Okay. Then here you can see the diagram where data warehouse, this is the data source A, assume that this is a BCA department, data source B, BBA department, where they have stored the data in the form of MS Access, and the data source C, where they have stored the data in the form of Excel sheet here. So two, which is completely different formats are there. So what one person will do, he will apply the technology which is called as a extraction, collect all the data, like collect all the tables, extract it different ways you are supposed to extract. Normal extraction example I can give for the student, it is what? The student ID or the roll number, the respective department, which book he or she has issued, the respective date, and what is that, what we say that for the library book, whichever the book is there, the ID or the reference number will be there, that they have stored in one column, and when it was about to return. So they will prepare one common format here, and they will store here. They will transform, and loading part is done here, which is called as extraction, transformation, loading, and finally it will go in one common data warehouse. And what happens when you are going to have all these different sources here, the data warehouse? I say that I want the result. I mean, I want the annual report all the departments, how many students are issuing. So I can take from the data warehouse instead of this separate application. I know only assume that I know only MS Excel sheet. I'm not aware about this word access and not aware about the .NET application. So it is very difficult for me to learn all those languages here. So that's what the reason when we are having a common data warehouse which is being easily understood by everyone and can take the report also here. Okay. So this is the example. I mean, this is a diagram for you people. And then the basic need of data warehouse. Why it is required? Basic need it is there. Now, with the help of the previous diagram and the basic example I had given of different departments of college, you can give easily here. Basic need of data warehouse. So let us see. Data from several heterogeneous data sources can be extracted and brought together in a data warehouse. As you can go back to the diagram, several heterogeneous. Yes, this is the heterogeneous. No, here they are storing in .NET application, or you can say it as a SQL also. Here they are storing in MS Access, and here Excel sheet. So these are the different heterogeneous can be brought together and extracted or stored in data warehouse. Here, this is one need. Then after that, even when college expands into several branches. Yeah, branches you can say now this BCA become BPI is in Belgaum city. You can think about the Hubli city or Dharwad or this one Nandeli also. So when this together are coming, Belgaum, Hubli, Dharwad, and Dandeli. Now you assume that Belgaum is storing the data in the form of Pocket application. Now make it for branches. Then after that, Dandeli is storing in the form of MS Access, as well as the Hubli is storing in the form of Excel sheet, and another Dharwad is storing in the form of Common Spread View here, CSV here. So what happens here? It can still have one data warehouse. One common data warehouse will be stored here, which is going to form in a common format here. As I given the example for the normal BCA, BBA department, so on, we can apply for the different branches also here. Okay. Uh, then data anomalies. Anomalies means what? Confusion part here. So that also can be corrected with the help of extraction, transformation, loading package here. Okay. When you are extracting the data from the different branches or from the different department, automatically we can understand that what confusion is there, what has to be updated properly here. So this can be done with the help of ETL package, which is the extraction, transformation, and loading here. Okay. Then after that, one more need it is what missing or incomplete records can be detected and duly corrected here. Yeah, how it is possible missing or incomplete? Assume that one student issue date has been this one entered here, but we don't know what is the return date. Immediately, we can finish his record. How? We know very well by default for how many days the student can issue this book here. Immediately, if you are having a date of issue, you can make it for this return date. No, so that is what the missing or incomplete records can be detected and duly corrected, where we have to provide that kind of a query here. You are supposed to add the 15 days. I think you have learned this in DBMS queries here for your library database last year, where due date has to be increased by 15 days here. Instead of going updating the separate data for the 15 days, what you had done, you can add for the current date, ID, I mean issue date, plus 15 days. You can say that automatically the result will be getting updated for all due date here. Okay, to return the date here that you had done. So here also we can apply that logic part or technology. Missing or incomplete records can be detected and duly corrected here. Okay. Uniformity can be maintained. Yes, common way can be maintained here. Generation of the reports and retrieving will be very easy. Why? If there is a one data warehouse, all the data has been stored from the different sources in a common way here. I said that assume I don't know the .NET application. I'm only aware about the Excel sheet here. So if they ask me to find out the data from the .NET application, it will be very difficult for me to create the report and retrieve the data. But when I have an option of data warehouse where common way it will be there. So that will be very easy. Or retrieving of the data, anyone can retrieve and provide the report or generate the report here. Yes. And then fact-based decision making. If you have a common format for all the branches or all the departments, we can take a very quickly decision when you are having a data warehouse which is being stored in the simple way and the common way here. Ad hoc queries can be easily supported here. Ad hoc queries, I will explain you when we are going to work out for historical data queries here. Ad hoc queries means for different queries will be there. For that, you can provide the answer here, which can be supported for all the different queries in a common answer. Okay. So these are the basic need of data warehouse. You can just remember data from several heterogeneous data sources and different branches can have, that is there. Anomalies can be corrected, missing or incomplete records can be detected and corrected here. Uniformity can be maintained, and retrieving of the data and generation, report generating will be very easy when you are having this kind of data warehouse. So this was about your data warehouse need here. Now, that that was a basic need. Okay, this is the basic need here. The next one, it is what need for data warehouse. Actual reasons. Previous one was basic. Now here it is what actual reasons are there. Why you need actually the data warehouse. So the question will arise for the examination will be this only. Why do you need the data warehouse? So you are supposed to write this all the points here, where I have highlighted only bullet points and kind of information I have given like a single word. Okay. So there are four reasons are there. Four actual reasons are there for the data warehouse. The first one, it is what lack of information sharing. Second one, lack of credibility. I mean, information credibility. And the third one, reports take a longer time to be prepared. And the last one, little or no scope for ad hoc query or queries that require historical data. The previous one, last bullet point was highlighted as ad hoc queries can be easily supported here. Now I'll give the example when we will come for the last reason for the data warehouse. Soon I will tell you. Little or no scope for the ad hoc querying or queries that require the historical data. So let us begin the step by step. There are four actual reasons, that is the lack of information sharing. The second one, lack of credibility. The third one, lack of information credibility. And third one, reports take a longer time to be prepared. Little or no scope for ad hoc querying or queries that require historical data. Yeah. So first one, lack of information sharing. I have highlighted as a cross-selling opportunities here. Yes, I will give you the example. Before beginning with the example, can you tell me, according to you, what do you mean by lack of information sharing here? Can anyone try? According to you, lack of information sharing. The basic, with a word, you can tell me what exactly you are getting the point information sharing here. Anyone, please? Okay. Information sharing means what? You are supposed to share the information with each other. The live example, when we say, the faculties will say that we are going to engage the class so and so timely. So what is happening? The respective CR, LR, they are sharing the information with the people in the respective groups. So this is there for everyone who is getting shared here. If you don't share for a single person or 2%, what will happen? That will become a problem. There will come any issues that we didn't knew the class was there. Why? Because information is not being shared properly. And sometimes what happens? More information will be shared with everyone, which will be confused part here. So here, according to this, for the data warehouse, what exactly the lack of information sharing is. Now, it is information though available. Whatever the information is available is not being shared with the various divisions or departments. I have taken the example, just go back to your slide. Yeah. Here the college has different departments, that is a BCA, BBA, BCom, MCom. Okay. So then what happens? I said that information though available, the information is available, but is not being shared with the different departments. So what happens that time? In our example, our respective college, which has a different departments, BBA, BCA, BCom and MCom here. Now, which is the common subject between these departments here? We say that it is English, or we can say human resource, HRES, human resource environmental studies, that is there. The common subject is there here, okay? Which is being offered by the respective BCA department as well as the BBA department. Then the students of the BCA and BBA department should be able to access the learning contents on this subject from the libraries of both the departments here. So what happens here? Students of different departments should be able to access from both the department. It is not that my department is there, I have to learn from this department only a library, and another person, that is my department, I have to learn. No, it cannot. It has to be shared. Like updated information will be available. Suppose in one department, some old information is there, and in another department, new information has been updated. So these both the departments should be shared among them each other here. Getting assume that one more scenario, what happens in the BBA department, HRS textbooks are being fixed. I think everyone has issued. No, none of the books are there here. And a last person will come there itself, and he or she will ask that I want to issue the HRS book. Not available. What solution is there? So what that department will do, that department will contact to the BCA department, and it will be asked here whether you have one more copy of what yet, as one of the students will come and collect it. So what is happening here? Lack of more information is available of that textbook, and data is also available. You cannot leave that respective person empty here. So you are supposed to share the information with each other here. Whatever, not upon only book here. Whenever the subject is same, information which is being updated should be shared with each other. You are not supposed to be on the single side here. Then this is, so how it is possible? This is possible only if the library share the information here. Another example I'll give you, the one shop in retail industry here. In retail industry, assume that there are two departments. One is selling the leather jackets and another selling the leather accessories. Leather jackets, one department is selling and another department is selling is what leather accessories. That is only one industry, huh? Same industry it is, but two different departments are there. Now assume that scenario, they have common customer. I mean, same customers are there. That customer only can purchase a jacket from the this what leather shop here, leather jacket, and that customer will purchase the leather accessories from the leather accessories department here. Now scenario I'll tell you. Also, also assume that this department don't disclose their information to each other here. Leather jacket, whatever that department is there, they are not updating anything about their information or their department to the leather accessories. What happens? This will become a problem here. Assume that one customer wants to purchase the leather jacket. He will go to the respective leather jacket department and he purchases it. There itself, he will ask that I want to purchase the kind of this what wallet. Only there in his shop, what they will get wallet, this jacket will get it. And there itself, a customer will ask that of your department, of your brand leather, only I want to purchase the wallet here. So what happens? That leather jacket department don't know or know, may know or may not know here that wallet is being sold at the leather accessories department here. If they don't share the information, like if it is available and if they tell to the customer that not available, what will happen? It will become a loss for the main retail industry here. Same department, same industry, they are working here, but they are not able to share their information, which will become a problem for the industry here. So the information has to be shared with everyone, as there is a cross-selling opportunities here. Cross-selling opportunities means what? Cross-selling has to be done here. So they have said in the text scenario itself, they have said, also assume that this department don't disclose their information to each other. Both the departments means virtually elicit the same information from the customers. What could it mean for the business? Cross-selling opportunities in favor of the customers cannot be this what realized. As leather jacket is not asking to the leather accessory shop whether you have wallet or what. This is not happening, so that customer can give it. Okay, what then? And the quite obvious result. What will happen? The frustrated customer and loss of improved customer comprehensibility will lose here. Next time they will not come only. They knew that they were getting this word volunteer. Next time what happens? They will not get. So it will become a problem for them. On the flip side, one more. Let us look at a couple of benefits that can occur from the information sharing. One, it can provide the cross-selling opportunities, which it can turn lead to the better customer relationship management. Whenever the stock is not available, they can contact to other department also. You can take a live example of this. What our Belgaum itself, Universal Shop is there here. We have the Universal Shop at the respective which one it is. Kadolkai Gully as well as here Goa in the very side, or one more part of this one opposite to the Millennium Garden. If any of the this what accessories or product is not available, they start contacting with each other. So that information has to be shared. So that is also the lack of information sharing. Suppose now what happens? If you go to the XYZ shop, XYZ shop is there, branch, ABC job branch and PQR branch is there. And the customer has went to the PQR branch here. He will ask the one product, they want the product A. Okay. And they will say that PQR branch here, we don't have the product. Just wait for a minute. I will contact the ABC branch and which one I had said? XYZ. Also, two branches, that is the ABC branch and XYZ. I will contact. So PQR branch person will contact first to ABC branches and he will ask that, do you have a product or what? As one of the customer is waiting. If you have, please let me know here. What they will say? Yes, it is available. You send to the your customer here. Okay. So this then he will update to that respective customer. Yeah, it is available in the ABC branch. That respective customer will go to the ABC branch and there he will find out that, do you have a product or what? As a PQR branch has called you, tell me the information. Now, the case will happen here. ABC branch will say like, no, we don't have that product. What will happen? The customer will start getting frustrated. हाँ वो तो बोला ही था और ऐसे कैसे हो गया? This will start creating. So the lack of information sharing should be done with each other or departments or division here, and that's why we call it as a cross-selling opportunities here. Okay. And one more example, very best example it is there. Okay. You have just booked yourself on a flight. One more example I'll give, then we will wind up here. Assume that Sanjana is about to travel from with flight here, on flight from Sanjana, okay, on a flight from Delhi to Amsterdam. So what happens? She has decided to travel with the flight here. Within a matter of hours, she will receive a call from the cab service. The moment she will reach to the Amsterdam here, she will receive a call from the cab service, which is called as a cab help of Amsterdam, asking her if she would like to avail their services or what of that respective cab. Okay, and then she will say, okay, fine, I will take the service of the cab help. And in when she will sit in the cab here, in the same time, Hotel Luxury places a call to her, offering her to stay with them at a discounted rate. The moment she will sit in the cab here, she will get a call from the hotel lecturer here. Uh, do you like to offer the respect to our hotel at a discounted rate or what to lodge yourself? She will say, okay. So here, what is happening, guys? Here, a clear example of cross-sell opportunities made possible because of your itinerary details being shared with the cab help and hotel lecturer. The moment you had booked your flight for the Delhi to Amsterdam, the data has been stored in the data warehouse. And from that data warehouse, they will collect all your data and they will start calling you. Why? The common data is being available. Immediately, they will start calling you from the respective departments. You had not given your information for the cab help nor hotel lecture. From that common data warehouse, they will take it. This is what the information sharing here. Okay. Then second one, it is what lack of information credibility. Now, best example I'll give you. One more, this is there. We can do this also. Lack of credibility, information credibility. Here I had written in a short way, Mr. X and Mr. Y. Before beginning with this, let me ask you that I hope you have cleared with the lack of information sharing here. Means whatever the information is there, please store in one common data warehouse, and from that data warehouse you can update it. Here, one more thing I have not told you. As a HRS book was there here, suppose the BBA department, instead of calling to the respective other department, what that department will do, that will check directly in the data warehouse whether the book is available or what. So with the help of the data warehouse, you can do the lack of information sharing. Then next one, lack of information credibility is what we will say no during the debate time. My point is correct. No, her point is correct. Sometimes other person, no, my point is correct and accurate. It is updated. It is a latest. It is not older one. So here, let us begin what exactly the lack of information credibility here. Assume that there is a board meeting of all finances company. Okay, one company is there, all finances company here. I can take example for Chetan. Chetan, senior executive, presents a business metric text, or he will present a seminar on Django workshop. Okay, workshop on Django here. And another person, Indra Bhushan, who is another senior executive, he is also supposedly presenting the same Django workshop here. One of the languages is Django workshop. So now what happens, and whatever they have presented the workshop, what they will start, that the information provided by the Chetan and the Indra Bhushan does not seem to be agreed by me. I'm not going to agree here. Why? Because there is no single place where the data is housed here. At whatever you have explained, that data is not being present in one common data warehouse. So you will start pulling each other's legs here by saying that your respective spreadsheets and each other believes that no ma'am, my data is correct, my design workshop is correct. Indra Bhushan other side he will tell me that no ma'am, my workshop of Django is perfectly correct, which is completely updated and which is the latest year, which will be useful for this what current generation students also here. Okay. So now what happens here? The only entity confused is what the workshop, main workshops. So here you people are telling that your information is correct. But okay, according to you, it is correct. But that information, whatever you have presented, it is not available in the data warehouse. If it is available, then I can agree. If someone says available information as Chetan, if it is available, then I can agree for the Chaitanya. So that time you have to say this one lack of information credibility, where you yourself are taking the credit by saying that your information is completely correct. That's why there is an argument, Mr. X and Mr. Y. You can take example of any other also. Okay. I hope these 2 points are being cleared for your actual need for the data warehouse, lack of information sharing and the lack of information credibility. And the next two, I will begin for the next class here, which is very easy. Reports take a longer time to be prepared, and little or no scope for ad hoc querying or queries that require historical data. These two I will explain in the next class. As of now, anybody having any doubts? So today we have learned the basic need of data integration. only one topic has got clear. Need for the data warehouse, basic need, and still actual reason, still 2 points are left out. If no queries are there from your side, you can start giving the attendance. If you have done with your attendance, you can leave my class, stay home, stay safe, take care. Thank you.